Hi everybody, welcome along. This is going to do this live on Facebook firstly, then I'll load it up onto our other platforms a little bit later on. Today we're going to do a little bit of strength work as far as our legs are concerned and some work as far as our ankles concerned. So make sure you'll have done a warm-up beforehand. You're going to do a cool down afterwards. You may have done some circulation boosting, as some CV work as well. Choice is yours, okay? But I'm going to do a quick little circulation booster to start off with, and then we'll go into some strength work, okay? Let's get ourselves going. So in our standing position, we're just going to march on the spot. Ball of the foot coming down onto the floor first and rolling through to those heels. If you can, put a march in as well for me, swinging those arms. We're driving from our shoulders. The movement is driven from our shoulders, pushing back, okay? Keeping the elbows relatively straight at 90 degrees. In a chair, if you want to do it in a seated position, exactly the same for you there as well, okay? So lifting those feet. If you find this a little bit challenging as far as your hips are concerned, then you might want to do a little bit of a heel dig, or even a toe tap on the floor, so you've got some movement there, okay? As always, we'll have options as far as seated is concerned, and we'll have some standing options. Okay, just keep that going. Marching through, thinking about your posture. Now, while you're doing this, I want you to focus on your posture. So think about lifting that extra inch through here, yeah? Standing taller, opening your shoulders, opening the chest, opening the rib cage, so we're getting more oxygen in there. Keep going. And let's take a little pause there. Okay, our first move, a heel raise and a reach, okay? So in a standing position, I've got support available here, okay? I've got support here and I've got support here. Make sure that your support is fixed, all right? And it's at a suitable height. Standing with my feet just across, can you see my feet all right? Let's bring that down slightly. Starting with my feet, what we're going to do is just lift onto the balls of the feet. So I lift up and I lower down. Front position here, look, you can see lifting up and lowering down. Come to this side for you, lift and lower. Keep going with that. If you're in standing, exactly the same in our seated position. We lift and we lower. You should feel this into your calf. So you should feel your calf tightening a little and then releasing. And here we're working into those calves. Now, as you come into this, think about your foot placement. So I want you to be coming up on through your big toe and your second toe, not letting your feet come over to the side. So there's no lateral action there at all. It's a lift and a lower. Excellent. Okay, as we do that, we're going to put a little bit of a reach in there as well. So again, I've got my support here. I'm going to lift and I'm going to reach up. Now, if you want to do it one hand at a time, feel free. In our seated position, we have exactly the same. We lift and we're going to reach at the same time. So we're going to reach up and down. So don't think about reaching across or forward. It's just a straight reach up and a lower. Keep going. An option for you if you feel comfortable with it. Use the support if you need to. We can reach with both arms and lower down. Now, from our support perspective, what you can do here is if you're against the wall, you could put your bottom onto the wall, toes up and reach. So you've got that wall behind you for support if you want to, or something at a level height that you could use if you wanted to, okay? So we lift and we reach and we come down. Now, again, think about your posture. Think about your foot placement. Think about that lift, okay? And what we're using this for here is we might be reaching to get something out of a cupboard. Brilliant. Take a little pause there. You can do as many of those. So pause the video here if you want to before you move on. Everybody comes into a seated position. We're going to sit to stand. So in our seated position, if we're at the back of the chair, we're going to bring ourselves to the front of the chair. Heels are flat on the floor, just slightly behind our knees. We shift the power forward slightly, so we just tip from our hips, power up through your knees and through your heels, keeping your feet flat on the floor, and then lower yourself back down. Now, if you're at all unsure where that seat is behind you, this is your option. You power up, get your balance, take a couple of little steps backwards, feel the chair behind you, and sit down. Here, I've got some support in front of me. So what I can do, if I want to, is power up using that support, make sure I feel steady, take those little steps back, and lower myself back down into the chair. That's options for you there. In our seated position, if you don't feel quite ready to do that stand, you have a couple of options. So you can come here and just push forward and press down through your heels and push slightly down onto your knees. So you can feel that weight coming down and that pressure coming down through your calves and into your heels. Okay. Second option is a little bit of a jockey lift there. So we lift and lower. Again, you might want to have the hands in front for support and just use that there, or you might want to put your hands here and help. But try and do it without your hands pushing onto the chair, onto a front support if you can. Okay. Last option, if you're going full sit to stand, put me a pause in there. So we power up, we lower down, and we pause before we lower to the chair. Okay, there's your options. Keep going with that for me. Think about your posture still. Think about staying nice and tall. Okay, last one. So third one. We're going to bring this in, and you do as many of these as you feel comfortable with. So again, just pause the video, do some, and then come back in. You've got all the points you need, yeah? Right, here I am. A cushion between my knees. My feet are flat on the floor. My toes are together, my heels are out. And I'm going to lift the toes towards the shin, keeping the heels down on the floor. Come back down. Heels stay where they are. I take the toes out. And I lift again. Lower down, back in. The cushion here is letting my knees come together, so I'm gripping it, but I'm not pushing too hard, yeah? So we don't want our knees right together. So just give me a bit of grip there. Let me come right in, change the angle on this camera so you can see my feet, and I'll show you again. All right? So here we are in our seated position. Let me just lose those comments off the bottom of the screen. If I can, get rid of that, get rid of that. There we go. Right, so here I am. Yep, cushion is there. Heels in line with knees, toes together, heels stay where they are. Yep. Lift the toes towards the shin. Pop down, heels stay where they are, toes go out, and we lift again. Toes down, toes in, and lift. Okay, keep going with that. And this is going to help provide you with support as far as your ankles are concerned. So everyday life, we're stepping, we use our ankles. If we step out to the side, we use our ankles to help us with support and balance. Think about that first move we did with that reach and coming onto your toes. Your ankles are crucial to that. So strength through those ankles is what we're aiming for. And this is something you can do all the time. So when you sat down this evening, you've done whatever you've done during the day, you sat down during the evening, feet on the floor, you could be doing that move. So you're working into your ankles for me the whole time. All right. Okay, 3 moves there for you to add in to your workout. And as I say, I've just given you brief demos here today, so you can then add those in as you feel fit. Pause the video, do as many as you feel comfortable with, restart it. Okay. Consider your options and consider what is right for you. It's all about what is right for you. What do you feel comfortable with? What works for you? All right, that's it for today. Have a great day. Stay safe, everybody. As always, remember, any comments, any questions, any feedback or any requests, just let me know and I'll get back to you. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you real soon.